head, neck, backbone straight. If I am sitting on a chair, let the legs not be hanging, but with firm support. Let us take a deep, slow, conscious breath so that the body stabilizes and becomes still. Let us withdraw our mind from all that what has happened in the past. When we say past, whatever sentence I have uttered past, that also is past. I just keep the learnings with me, which are beneficial to me, letting go all the experiences. As Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, Nivrutti Param Anubhava Nema. Nivrutti, letting go is important. Whatever experiences, what we get are secondary. Let us withdraw our mind from all future anxieties, worries, present confusions and tensions, and focus on our breath. Breath is a very beautiful tool to practice purity, clarity, freshness, mindfulness. As the mind has no choice but to get the form and name of whatever it focuses on, breath has no form and name. So it's a very good tool for practicing to make the mind formless, nameless, wordless. So the body is still, emotions are pleasant, intellect is clear. This is our sadhana as the instruments are given by God to us, body, mind, intellect. Always striving to keep clarity, purity, stillness. Let us invoke God and Guru Parampara's blessings on this auspicious occasion of Dasera by chanting loudly so that all lingering thoughts vanish. Chanting actually purifies also and concentrates our mind also. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बू फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्।
Hari Om, thank you, Manisha. So, we are doing chapter wise Bhagavad Gita summary, and we are on the 14th chapter. And the 14th chapter name is Guna Traya Vibhaga Yoga, the three moods of the mind. So, Lord has said after 13th chapter that one should know in our life, who am I? That is, I am Atma. So, all the nature, all the characteristics of the Atma, and our own mind also, how it operates. And very importantly, when we know these two, then we get Parama Siddhi. So till now, whatever we saw here is that what are the three moods of the mind? Guna Traya Vibhaga Yoga, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. What is the location of this? It pervades everything. So whatever we come across, whether it is a situation, object, person, these three gunas will have impact on every object, every situation, and every person also. How situation like sunrise, sunset, these are sattvic. Suppose we go to some dark places, there will be rajasic, tamasic. Food, clothing, colors, all things are pervaded by sattva, rajas, tamas. So once we start vibhaga, Once we start distinguishing, we slowly start moving from tamas to rajas and rajas to sattva. What is the intrinsic nature of each? Whenever sattva is predominant in our mind, I will feel pure. I will want to know more. I would have these questions of life about purpose, etc. There will be noble thoughts, noble desires. When rajas is predominant, action will be the predominant nature, where what is to be done next, what is to be done, what next is the most interesting question of Rajasic people. What next? Tamas, inertia, dullness, confusion, don't want to do anything. What is the purpose of knowing these two? Paramasiddhi. What is the function? That is why this chapter comes. The function is that the Kshetra Vibhaga Yoga, when we saw there are two Kshetrajñas, this binding of the Kshetrajña 1 and Kshetrajña 2 to the world, to the body, mind, intellect, etc. happens through this. So this is a binding force, gunas. And wherever there is binding, bondage, there will be suffering, because nobody likes bondage. Even a small, one day born child also, suppose we wrap, after giving a nice bath, the child is wrapped. One day child. After some time, when the child is sleeping and the child wakes up, the first thing the child would want to do is to take out the hands and legs, and some small portion of the leg will come out. So no one likes bondage. This is a very important Mahavakya. Any kind of bondage, no one likes. And this is a binding factor. So we have to overcome tamas, which is the maximum bondage, then rajas, and then sattva, and then from sattva to vishuddhi sattva. What are the traps we saw? Whenever sattva predominates, happiness and knowledge, sukha sangena badnati. So that also can bind us. Suppose I am getting sukha from one person, sukha from one object, sukha from one situation, then the dependency comes. So wherever dependency comes, there is a problem, because I become a slave then of that happiness. And that happiness is temporary, because situation, object, person is temporary. The only permanent thing is Atma. This we are going to see, as we saw last time, that this is very subtle to understand. So there is a small clip of 2 minutes of Guruji, what we will see on soft bondages. Last time we couldn't complete that portion. So when sattva is predominant, as we mentioned, there will be analysis, understanding, comprehending, thinking, balance, knowing, nobleness. When rajas is predominant, the trap is action orientation. Karta bhokta bhava. I am doing, I am enjoying, I am suffering. So that bhava is predominant. What are the dials where I can see whether rajas is predominant in me? Constantly there will be a need for wanting something. Then that want will push us to some activity. Then activity will push us to some enterprise, and then there will be agitation, whether I will get, whether I will not get. Then if I don't get, there is sadness. If I get, there is greed, or the craving increases. What is the tamas trap? Focus on sense, pleasure, comfort, heedlessness, not careful about what is happening around me, inattentive to the higher calls in life, pramad, alasya, nidra. Three dials Lord has given to understand. Pramad, alasya, nidra. Dullness, confusion, inactivity, no analysis, faulty conclusion in everything. And then I wonder what is happening. What is the impact of gunas in this life? We saw these are the impacts. If there is confusion, if there is dullness, what will I have achieved? Success, happiness, both not there. The next birth also we saw how this gunas is going to impact us. So it is important, and this moment, every moment we have a choice to shift from tamas to rajas, rajas to sattva. When sattva is predominant most of the time in life, then at the last moment, I will think of something noble, and I will be born in a family where there is love, sacrifice, truthfulness, contemplativeness, scriptures, reading. So naturally, then from today, I will not ask this question that why am I born in this family? Why not in another family? Why not in other country? Because our gunas are responsible for our next birth. Suppose I am in Rajas, then fame, power, achievement, money, constant running around, constant busyness. This is a family I will get. And I will be also that type. Suppose Tamas, then mostly I will be involved in sensuous pleasures, comfort. Means are not important. Just want to enjoy life. And then I will be born in lower kind of families. So we saw how to conquer tamas by, we saw sleep, we saw dullness, etc. by rajas, not directly sattva. So conquer sleep by proper food, exercise, discipline and timing. Suppose I do proper exercise for 10 hours, 12 hours, then sleep comes. Suppose I eat proper food, then the sleep will be very good. Suppose I am disciplined in my life, morning to evening, sleep will come properly, and that will be sattvic sleep. Last time we defined what is sattvic sleep, what is rajasic sleep, what is tamasic sleep. Very important, because nowadays there are sleep clinics, because people are not able to sleep, so sleep becomes very important. Conquer laziness by promptness. This is very important, because we are observing that one quality we have to conquer by another opposite quality. So many people, when they want to conquer anger, they just want to overcome anger. One of the ways, powerful ways to overcome anger is to increase love. Not by reducing anger, because anger and love cannot stay together. That's the reason many people say, no, but all these scriptures are, I have read for 20 years, but my short temper doesn't go, because I'm not increasing my love for God, love for service. Conquer dullness by practice of alertness. Moment I feel dull, I must get out of the house, do something. Like one person went and told one Mahatma, Mahatma, I am bored in life. I know all this scripture, but I am bored in life. What to do? He told, do some service, do some seva. So many opportunities for you to do sevas. Do some seva, your boredom will go away. Those who are into service, they never get bored. Conquer rajas by sattva. Don't give up action, just alter the motives. This is the most subtle one. This is the most difficult one. That I am doing good actions. No, I am doing duty for family. I am doing duty for nation. I am doing duty for Chinmay Mission. I am doing duty for this NGO. I am doing this good work. But this I is there. And in that, lot of ego increases. As we last time saw, what Mahavakya in Hindi, अहंकार ज्ञान में विष है, परिवार में ममता विष है, और भोग में आसक्ति विष है. विष मीन्स पॉइजन. सो ज्ञान में अहंकार विष है. Wherever I am doing some good service, some good noble work, I must not compare myself with others. Why other people are not doing? Without me, nothing can happen. If I tomorrow disappear from this planet, this entire service will collapse. These are all thoughts, sometimes are very subtle thoughts which come. Conquer sattva by dedicating all good karmas to God, being an instrument of God. That is the most subtle one, difficult one. So with that, we will see how Guruji is taking this topic very important, because he says that this is very important for spiritual sadhaks. So I'll read Sattvic desires of the nature of compassion, love, service. Under the umbrella of social service, in keeping with their temperaments, people work for diverse causes. Orphanages, special need children, animal rights, protection of wild animals. Others work in sundry dissimilar fields, for the rivers and mountains, for trees and plants. To work for any such project is good, great, noble, but people can get inordinately attached and possessive about the project. They believe the cause they espouse is the only and the most important one. If others don't rally with them, they become angry and agitated. Causes should be categorized as social, national, religious. They're all very laudable. Working for them is also good. On the surface, this work appears to be sattvic, being done out of compassion. However, the belief that only I can do this and no one else can is a bondage, soft bondage. Serve in whichever field you can, but use your discretion. Do your part and move on. That last word is very important. Move on. Always keeping in the mind that the Lord is running the whole world. He is just giving us an opportunity to serve, to become free from the soft bondages of the world. Remember at all times, God is the highest goal of life. So it's very important why Guruji has made this small clip, because especially for spiritual people, I have seen so many times arguments happening. Why you're doing puja? Why you're doing japa? Help other people. People need help. Yes, I must do both. I must also do some social cause, national cause, religious cause, and I must do other things also. But at the same time, the Mahavakya here is that it is God's creation. God is the actor, God is the director, God is the producer. I am just an instrument. If this is forgotten for even a moment, then the ego will become very, very strong. Basically, sattva egos are very subtle and strong. I am a spiritual person, also is a big ego. I am a better person than another person is a better. I am a knowledgeable person is a big ego. I am a very religious person is a big ego. I don't know this Kali Yuga, what is going to happen. And, Kali Yuga is so bad. In my times, the things were, it's a very big ego. I am doubting God's creation, that Kali Yuga is bad and then earlier Yuga was good. Who are we supposed to, judge God's creation? He has already created 4 yugas. In all 4 yugas, people liberate. At our time, today you can see the youth, how they are behaving. Very big ego, subtle ego. One sentence is very important to remember, write down as a Mahavakya. We should write down and remember this sentence. जब दृश्य में खोट दिखती है, दृश्य में, तो दोष दृश्य में नहीं है, दृष्टि में होता है. कोई भी दृश्य में जब खोट दिखती है, तो दोष दृश्य में नहीं, दृष्टि में होता है. Because God's creation is beautiful, wonderful as it is, and we have not created it. Anyone complaining, criticizing anything, that person is having dosha, negativity. Because once I have negativity, I see negativity outside. Like Naneshwar Maharaj says, Chari disha झाल्या चतुर्भुज. Everywhere is auspiciousness only. ज्या ज्या ठिकाणी मन जाय माझे, त्या त्या ठिकाणी निजरूप तुझे. Wherever my thought is going, there only I see God only. That must be our goal, that I must be able to see things as they are. Ya pashyati sa pashyati. So that topic is over. Now we'll go to the next topic, that how will we liberate us from, how will we get the Param Siddhi? So the answer here is that Bhagavan is again saying that you will get that Param Siddhi only when you transcend this Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, all three, and you get established in the Vishuddhi Sattva. Why to transcend? Because SRT binds me, SRT creates this sorrow, chain, suffering. How it creates? Because Deha Samudbhavan. Because my belief is that I am this body, mind, intellect. Till this belief is there, there will be sorrow, there will be suffering. When my real nature is Satchit Ananda, pure existence, pure consciousness, infinite bliss. I am assuming myself as I am this body, mind, intellect. This is the one line conclusion of entire scriptures. All the time I have to remind myself that I am not this body, mind, intellect. My real nature is Sat Chit Ananda. And who does this? Bhagavan says this is the job of SRT, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, these gunas. I am this body, but I am thinking that I am a shadow. Suppose suddenly, have you seen that video many times I show in my sessions that a small boy gets scared of his own shadow. Suppose I start thinking suddenly I am a shadow. Like the story comes, Sunday is there after huge, nice breakfast and lunch. A rich person having a car, flat, everything goes to sleep. And nice afternoon nap is very, very deeper. And in that sleep, he starts dreaming that he's walking and he's a very poor person, he's begging, and suddenly from this side dogs come, that side dog come, everywhere dogs come, and dogs are chasing him. And suddenly he realizes that he is so poor, he doesn't have any food to eat. He starts running, the dog starts biting him, and suddenly he falls down and wakes up. And then he realizes, oh, I was not poor, I was not deceased, I was not that, there were no dogs. I am this person sleeping on this bed after a nice breakfast and lunch at home. What a relief. So this is what is this gunas do. So we have to overcome, and that then we will be attaining the Paramasiddhi. What is the effect of this bondage? I go through 4 types of pain in 88 lakh yonis. But Bhagavan, you only have created this, no? Bhagavan says, yes, I only have created, but once you realize this, then you will be out of this. So what are the 4 types of pains? What one goes to Bhagavan only has created, Bhagavan only is saying this in Bhagavad Gita. So Janma, Mrityu, Jara. Janma means birth, Mrityu means death, Jara means decay, and disease, Dukkha means sorrow. These are the 4 areas where pain comes. So much of pain is there for mother and child during birth. It is called as the second birth for mother. Second, so much of pain the mother goes through. So there is pain in the birth. No, afterwards there is maja maja. What maja? If you actually read that Shiva Aparadha Kshama Stotra, then it is given in detail that how the child suffers inside the womb. There is so much of mucus, so much of urine, so much of stool in that the child is living. Then the child comes out, the child is crying, and then the child cannot do anything. So much of dependency. If the if the child does susu, then it has to cry. Then only mother and father will come and change. And then suppose I am hungry, then again I have to cry. So much of dependency. Dependency is not maja maja. Okay, we are enjoying the child's presence, but child is not enjoying. Then there is school, then there is homework, then there is exam, and then there is decay, disease once one gets old, and there is dukkha, so much of tension, and then there is mrityu. What are the 4 pains? Birth pain, growing pain of change. This is very important. Recently, I read that 13, 14-year-old children, they have lot of stress, especially girls, because how am I looking? So much of stress children go through when they are growing. I have to work, I have to earn. So much of stress they have. How am I looking? Do I have a friend? Do I have this? This hundreds of stresses children also have. Then once one grows up, then there is groaning pain. This is paining, that is paining, knee is paining, back is paining, cannot get down, cannot sit for toilet down. And then there is pain of loss in the death. One of the greatest fear what we have in life is fear of loss. The definition of fear itself is that there is an imaginary perceived threat of some loss of something. If there is no loss of something, there is no fear. Death is basically pain and loss both. So a different picture is given for us about life just to understand that this is what in between some maja maja, something what we find maja maja comes. But ultimately, at the end of the day, suppose I am thinking I remember bad things only, not good things. So when we transcend these gunas, what will happen? So Bhagavan is saying transcend these gunas with this method what I have given. What will happen? Amruto Shrute. I will become immortal. Permanent cessation of all pain and suffering. There is a possibility of this. No, no, but I like pain. Some people start enjoying pain and suffering only, misery only, because in that they get sympathy. People start enjoying pain, suffering, misery only because why will people talk about pain, suffering, misery? If we actually analyze what we talk, most of the time, suppose we go to a bus stop, railway station, airport, and generally when we start talking to people, normally there is discussion of pain, suffering, misery. The moment a person is constantly talking about pain, suffering, misery, that means the person has started enjoying. Like that Indra Bhagwan from heaven came to earth and became a pig and started enjoying living in a gutter with 5 wives, 10 children, and started, no, no, I am enjoying this. Then Narad Muni had to come and, you are Indra Bhagwan. So much of beauty is there in heaven. Then Indra Bhagwan realized that, oh, this was actually suffering which I was enjoying. Permanent cessation of all. So our Vedanta gives us a very clear goal of life. Atyantik dukkha nivrutti. Atyantik means complete and Paramananda Prapti. Two words are very important. Instant realization of changeless, immutable, infinite, blissful nature that is mine. Buddha gave only Atyantik dukkha nivrutti, that there will be no suffering, but we go one step beyond Atyantik dukkha nivrutti. Step number one, Paramananda Prapti. I am happiness. My nature itself is infinite happiness, infinite bliss, and still I am searching and begging and looking for some appreciation in the world. I am a multi-millionaire with $1 trillion, but still I am going and begging for money. Doesn't sound very nice. So now Arjun has heard everything, whatever Bhagavan has told right now. And then he has his favorite questions. Bhagavan, I understood everything, but really tell me, has anyone gone beyond these gunas? Seems to be so difficult. Has anyone really gone through these gunas, what you're telling? What are the characteristics of this person who has gone indirectly is asking Bhagavan, have you gone through? Because till that time, maybe still he has some doubt whether he is really Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, or he is the Sarthi. What are the characteristics? What is the conduct of this person who goes beyond these gunas, what you're talking about? And the third question, how do I actually step by step go beyond these gunas if there is a person who has gone beyond this? So we are seeing Bhagavan's favorite topic comes in second chapter. In second chapter, Siddha Prajna Lakshan, a person who is achieved the perfection, his lakshanas, and now a person who has gone beyond gunas, what will be his lakshanas? So there are three things asked here. What are the three things? Lakshanas, characteristics, conduct, achar, and steps. Kalpate, how to become fit. How will I become fit? So now three things we will take up. How Bhagavan answers three questions of Arjun. First one, signs. What are the signs of a person who has gone beyond these three gunas? So Bhagavan explains these people display light, peace, and joy. These people do not display misery, suffering, pain, constantly talking about body pain, some problem, that problem, the trip was very nice, but afterwards 1 hour explanation of some difficulties. They normally display word is very important, display peace, joy and light. They bring light to other person. Like Ramana Maharshi used to just sit, his eyes used to glow. Just looking at him in his presence, people used to sit for hours, days, months. He never used to speak much. But in his presence, he was displaying light, peace, and joy. Even looking at his photo, also, you know, very interesting. Just looking at the photo, one can feel peaceful, light, and joy because he was displaying it. Act without bondage. Second sign, they are having body, mind, intellect, but no identification with body, mind, intellect. Taking Ramana Maharshi's example, he had some challenge on the arm. Doctors came to Ramana Ashram. Okay, we want to operate. He told, okay, operate. No, no, we would like to give you anesthesia. He told, no requirement of anesthesia. Just do it. And then there were 4 doctors operated on his arm for 2 hours and they were looking in his eyes. His eyes were peaceful because he had withdrawn the mind from the body, because not just saying, but he was abiding in that, and I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. And doctors have written that first time I am doing surgery on a person without anesthesia, and this person is just closing eyes and then sitting there, actually concerned about me, asking me water to drink. One person lived with one saint and asked that I have been living with you for 10 years. You also drink, I also drink water. You also eat, I also eat. You also talk, I also talk. What is the difference between both of you? He told, you think that you are talking, eating, sleeping. For me, I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer, because I am not the body. But that doesn't mean that this person do not eat, do not talk, don't have delusion about who am I, the world and God. These are the only 3 topics to be understood in this entire scriptures. World over, I have to only understand, but it's in order. People directly ask about God. First of all, I must focus on the world because that is pratyaksha pramana. What is the nature of the world? How to deal with this world? How to deal with situations? How to deal with objects? How to deal with people? First of all, I must learn about that. How to transact with this world. One of the nature of this world is jayate gacchati iti jagata. The world is changing. So I must never try to hold anything in the world, including my body, mind, intellect. So this is very interesting. Then I must inquire about who am I, and then I must inquire about who is God. Directly people say, no, no, I want to know about God. But first of all, the process is Jagatha, Jiva, and then the Creator. Because here it is Pratyaksha, that is Paroksha for us right now. Then it becomes Aparoksha. Na dvishti. Wise one does not hate the presence and does not long for the absence of anyone. Na nivruttani kangshati. Suppose something comes, thank you very much. Something goes, thank you very much. If the person comes, thank you very much. If the person goes, thank you very much. Very important one. If some object comes, thank you very much. If the object goes, thank you very much. If some situation comes, thank you very much. If the situation goes, no crying, thank you very much. Like Guruji adds, if headache comes, thank you very much. Headache goes, thank you very much. Stomach upset comes, thank you very much. Stomach upset goes, thank you very much. I treat, I give medicine, but that thanksgiving is always something is coming, something is going. Constantly something will come, something will go. Something I have to give, something I have to take. That's the reason Kabir Das ji says in the last, na lena na dena. Because entire life there are only 2 things we do. न लेना न देना न पूछना न मांगना, बस मगन में रहना. Now I am abiding in my own self because our life revolves around only 2 things. Lena dena, lena dena, lena dena. Something I am giving, something I am taking. Something I am giving, something I am taking. The wise is not so keen on these two. Udasinavat. Wise remains ud. There is a Udasina Akhada. Suppose we go to Kashi and all, there are Akhadas there. When we go to Kumbh Mela, there are different kind of Akhadas. One Akhada is very famous called as Udasina. Earlier, I was thinking Udasina, why this name Udasina means Marathi means sad. But Udasina means one who is seated above, one who has risen above. Udasina means one who is above this world. One who is not concerned, one who is not relating, one who is not bothered about what is happening. One responds to reality. What is to be done, one does. Not these people just said, okay, somebody dies, okay, somebody is born, okay. No, not like that. But I am above all these things. I am not upset or disturbed by something what is changing. So untouched, unconcerned about good, bad, indifferent experiences, because these are all characteristics of these gunas. But that doesn't mean I become like a stone. I actually become more connected to the reality. Suppose we see these saints like we have seen Gurudev, Guruji, completely connected to what is happening in the moment, doing what is needed in the moment, talking what is needed in the moment. Not that just because they have risen above, they become unconcerned and sit on a stone and become like a stone. All gunas are doing their allocated job. Wise remains unattached. Okay, dullness comes, dullness goes. Rajas comes, rajas goes. Sattva comes, I am not attached to happiness and knowledge also, because they too also are changing, because knowledge and happiness are coming from the world. And Jagan Mithya, Brahma Satya, Jagat is Mithya. So what happiness and knowledge will come from the world? So when we lift ourselves to a higher level, lower level cannot touch us. And that is Udasinavat. Classic example, 100 times you are taken, but best to remember father playing with balloon. Sachin Tendulkar comes, now is retired, and then comes to his building. And small children are playing, 5-year-old cricket. And then say Sachin Tendulkar, okay, can I play with you? Okay, you are Sachin Tendulkar, I will bowl to you. And one boy comes and bowls to Sachin Tendulkar, and Sachin Tendulkar just swings his bat and the ball goes and hits the stump and he's out. And children are so happy that he's out, but he knows that he's just got out because to give happiness to children. He can hit the ball six, but he wants to get out with his own children when he's playing with children, because he wants to enjoy another joy. So that is how Tukaram Maharaj says that Ata Urlo Upkara Purta. I have no purpose. Now just I am playing around. Khelato. Now I am just playing around. And how I am playing? Like a father playing with balloon with children, or Tendulkar playing cricket with small children. And even parents do that. They get out, the car, your car, my car. And then my car is slow, your car is fast. I want to lose with my children, and that joy we want to see on the children's, face. So that kind of playing starts when the person goes beyond the gunas. The person actually starts playing in life. Avatishtati does not move from one place, because I am the self, not Brahman. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo. Because Atma doesn't move anywhere. Atma is pure existence, pure consciousness, infinite bliss. And I recognize myself as Atma. Recognizing that word is very important. Recognizing my own Swarup as Atma is the highest purpose of life. And once I recognize that, then I already realize that all this is drama going on, was drama going on. So first question answered, what are the signs? What is the conduct? How he behaves? No complaints, no insistence, no resistance, no aversion, no craving. It is very important. Once Guruji asked, what is the meaning of Aham Brahmasmi? People gave so many meanings, technical meanings. Finally, he told all are right. But Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, I am Atma, I am Satchidananda. It reflects into day-to-day life. No complaints. No complaints in life. So we must drop from today, Dasera day, Ram killed 10 qualities of Ravan. One of the quality we must drop, which is very, very boring quality is, nobody likes people complaining. And some people do PhD in complaining because they don't know anything. Constantly, the moment they open their mouth for 2 minutes, it will be nice. Otherwise, this complaint, that complaint, and the easy target is India, India politics. What is happening in, I don't know what is happening in, this Iran and Israel war. So many people are complaining. Nobody is asking and nobody is asking you to feel bad. They are fighting there. Gurudev says you take care of your body, reduce some weight. You take care of your mind, make it cheerful. You take care of your intellect, make it more sharper, subtle. That you work on. Why you are worried about what is happening in the world? If you can go there and do some service, do. No insistence on results that this is how it must happen. Is insistence, resistance is lack of acceptance of what is the reality. And wherever there is lack of acceptance, there will be sorrow and suffering, guaranteed. The definition of sorrow is equal to insistence plus resistance. The equation, sorrow is equal to insistence plus resistance. Freedom is equal to acceptance. This is it. No aversion, no craving. Expressions will always be there. Expressions can bind us only when we identify. So we drop, we take a resolution that from today I will not utter. No, no, I want to share with somebody, but share with one person, not with 100%. And why want to share bad things? This is God's creation. God saying it is my creation. I am responsible. I have created. I am maintaining. I am taking 10 avatars. I will dissolve when I take Rudra avatar. Why you are bothered about all these things? You take care of yourself. You first of all stop complaining. Stop insistence, resistance on the result. Why? Because karma phala data is God. No, no, I want this person to behave this way only. If this person is not behaving this way, he is a bad person. He is not a good person. So we must, first of all, Gurudev says a process that do not talk, because the moment I talk, it becomes reality to you. And moment I share, I am giving so much of color to it that it becomes reality. It will become a strong vasana, strong desire in me. Deals with situation, objects, people, knowing its eternal changing nature. People are going to change. Just ask myself, okay, has my body changed? Yes, my body has changed. It was so small and now it is so big. My mind has changed. My intellect has changed. My ideas have changed. My experience have changed. My beliefs have changed. My values have changed. Everything is changing. So God is first of all telling us that please identify the nature of the world, what I have made. It is changing and you're also changing. So don't hold on to something very strongly. Get this is it. The moment I say this is it, there is a problem because it can change. No, no, no. Earlier, you are behaving this way. Now you are behaving that way. Especially with people, we have a trouble. Sama dukkha sukha swastha, sama loshtashma kanchana. Same in joy and sorrow, same in pleasure and pain, same value to mud, gold, stone, same towards things dear and one hates. No, do you mean to say that I must become a stone? No, no. Internally, I must know. Internally, when the goldsmith works, he knows that all is gold. He may say, oh, this is a very beautiful earring. This is a very beautiful bangle. This is a very beautiful necklace. This is a beautiful, which you can wear in the leg, you can wear in the arm, on the forearm, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, at the back of the mind, the goldsmith know that it is gold. The value will be same. Only the form and names are different. So I must shift my attention. How to do this? Sameness. I must shift my attention from Asti Bhati, that verse we know of Druk Drusha Vivek. We must we must alter our attention from name and form to existence, to consciousness, to bliss. That the nature of this also is existence, consciousness, bliss. And slowly, slowly, by telling this, my mind will be same, balance. Samatha will lead to samadhi. Same towards censure and praise. This we have discussed many times, that somebody insults me, I don't like. Somebody appreciates me, I like it. Same in honor and dishonor, same to friend and foe. This is only at the back of the mind, very important. We cannot be same to my friend and enemy. But at the back of the mind, I know that all are Atma, all are God's creation only. This is God's drama going on. He only is the producer, he is only director, he is only actor, because he was alone. Now he has created his own different forms. At the back of the mind, the moment I remember that I am Atma, the self in me is the self in all, this will happen. At the back of mind, there must be sameness. In our dealings, there might be difference. Like classic example, what Guruji says is that I cannot treat all women as my wife, saying that you are my wife because they are different. All are my children. That only I can tell at the back of the mind. But all are Atma Swarup. That knowledge is very important, which will make us balanced in life. Same in all undertakings. Third answer, steps. What are the steps? Arjun also here asked, Bhagavan, is there any easy way? It seems to be very difficult to follow these signs and conduct. Bhagavan says, yes, there is one very interesting way to transcend Sattva, Rajas, Tamas by serving me. Serve me. Jagat Isha bhi. I must serve people. I must serve the world, that this world is God. God is not only in the temple. God is not only in the dhams. I must start seeing God in people and serve them. The moment I criticize anybody, I am criticizing God. Loving me alone. That means very important pointers given. Loving me alone means do not love anything in the world, including your body, mind, intellect, because these are all changing. The only changeless thing, the only thing who will give you returns on your investment of love is myself, that is God. However you invest in this world, your love, it is going to be changing because it is temporary. And single pointed devotion to me, that you are the only one who has created, you are the only one who is sustaining, you are the only one who will take care. And I cannot see you, I cannot perceive you, I cannot know you, but your creation I can see. Ashtamurti Bhru, I will serve that as God. So there are some people who serve people as God. Service is very easy where there is love, Guruji says. Where there is no love, the service becomes a burden to me. Where there is love, I am ready to do 24/7. Like Gurudev, for 50, 60 years, serving the entire world as Narayana only. Whenever he used to go on the dais and talk, he will say Narayana talking to Narayana. He used to prostrate earlier days. Sashtang Namaskar to the audience. Somebody asked him, what is your bhava when you're Narayana talking to Narayana? What more do you want? So service becomes very easy where there is love, and love is very easy where there is identification. When I identify with another person, love just flows. I don't have to create love. I don't have to ask for love. I don't have to measure love. And love will always flow as service. Like Hanumanji. Result, that person goes beyond all gunas, becomes fit for becoming Brahman. Arjun said, Bhagavan, I don't want to become Brahman. I am interested in Saguna. I want Rama, Krishna. I don't want Nirguna. Bhagavan says, both you will get because I am abode of both. How I will get both Saguna and Nirguna? That will be the next topic. But I must be clear in life what I want. I want Swarupa Darshana, I want Rupa Darshana. I must ask God, Bhagwan, I want Rupa Darshana or I want Swarupa Darshana. Now somebody might be little greedy, it is very Bhagwan, दोनों दे दो, एक के ऊपर एक free. Bhagwan is going to tell us, if you have one, you will have both. Because both are not different. When I go in search of God, I find myself. When I find myself, I find God. So, mostly next Sunday we'll complete this chapter. So, I'm again mentioning to all of you, get at least one person to listen to 15th chapter, because 15th chapter is the summary of entire Bhagavad Gita Vedanta. That is how it is important. 15th chapter. Purushottama Yoga. Suppose I listen to 15th chapter, I get understanding of the entire Gita, entire Vedanta. So I invite at least one person, because we are doing summary. As we mentioned, those who are interested to come to ashram to listen to second chapter, 15th chapter, 18th chapter, which are all summary chapters, they can come today, from today 10:30 to 11:30. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you very much for listening.